Hi everyone. Welcome back to Etymology Explorer. Here is your daily dose of etymology in 7 minutes. Etymology of the terms Fascism and Nazism. Fascism and Nazism are two ideologies that emerged in the early 20th century, profoundly shaping global history. Below is a detailed exploration of their etymologies, relationships to democracy and liberalism, core features, common traits and differences, and their consequences and legacy. Etymology. Fascism is derived from the Italian word fascismo, from fascio, meaning bundle or group, and ultimately from the Latin fasces, a bundle of rods bound around an axe symbolizing authority and unity in ancient Rome. The term was popularized by Benito Mussolini, who founded the Fascist Party in Italy in 1919, signifying strength through unity and centralized power. Nazism is a contraction of National Sozialismus, National Socialism, in German. The term was coined by Adolf Hitler's National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, to emphasize its nationalist and anti-Marxist agenda while appealing to workers through the term socialism, though the latter was largely rhetorical. Relation to democracy and liberalism. Fascism opposed both democracy and liberalism. Fascists viewed liberal democracy as weak and divisive, favoring authoritarianism and centralized control. They rejected individual freedoms and pluralism, emphasizing the supremacy of the state and collective will. Nazism similarly rejected democracy and liberalism. Nazis saw democracy as a threat to racial purity and social order. They despised liberal values such as equality, emphasizing instead a hierarchical society based on racial superiority, with a particular focus on Aryan supremacy. Both ideologies sought to dismantle liberal democratic institutions, replacing them with totalitarian regimes centered on a singular, charismatic leader. Core features and focus. Fascism. State-centric. The state is the ultimate authority, and all aspects of society are subordinated to its goals. Corporatism. Advocates for the collaboration of various sectors, business, labor, military, under state oversight. Militarism. Glorification of war and military strength as means to achieve national goals. Nationalism. Extreme patriotism, often accompanied by revanchism and expansionism. Anti-communism. Hostility toward Marxist and socialist ideologies. Nazism. Racial purity. Central focus on racial hierarchy, with Aryans at the top and Jews, Slavs, and others deemed inferior. Anti-Semitism. Systematic persecution of Jews as the root of societal and economic problems. Totalitarianism. Complete control over all aspects of life, including culture, education, and private life. Lebensraum. A goal of territorial expansion to provide living space for the German people. Anti-communism. Similar hostility toward Marxist ideologies as in fascism. Common traits. Authoritarianism. Centralized power with no tolerance for dissent or pluralism. Anti-democracy. Rejection of democratic governance in favor of totalitarian control. Nationalism. Extreme patriotism with a focus on national rejuvenation. Militarism. Emphasis on military strength and readiness for war. Propaganda. Heavy reliance on propaganda to control public opinion and maintain power. Cult of leadership. Glorification of a single, charismatic leader. Opposition to liberalism. Denouncement of individualism, freedom of speech, and other liberal values. Differences. Racial ideology. Fascism. Focused on national unity and strength, with less emphasis on racial theories. Nazism. Defined by racial supremacy and anti-Semitism, making racial purity its central theme. Economic approach. Fascism. Corporatist, aiming to integrate different economic sectors under state control. Nazism. Included corporatism but intertwined with racial policies, using forced labor and expropriation of undesirable groups. Territorial goals. Fascism. Expansionist but primarily for national glory and empire building. Nazism. Expansion driven by racial ideologies, particularly the quest for Lebensraum in Eastern Europe. Consequences and legacy. Human cost. Fascism led to widespread repression, wars of aggression, and atrocities in Italy and colonies. Nazism, responsible for the Holocaust, the deaths of millions in World War II, and unprecedented destruction. Global impact. Fascism and Nazism triggered World War II, reshaping international politics and leading to the Cold War. They prompted the establishment of international bodies like the United Nations to prevent future atrocities. Legacy. Negative stigma. Both ideologies are synonymous with tyranny, oppression, and genocide. Modern extremism. Neo-fascist and neo-Nazi movements continue to exist, often adopting modern forms of nationalism and xenophobia. Philosophical reflection. Spurred debates on the nature of authoritarianism, democracy, and human rights, influencing liberal and democratic resilience. Conclusion. Fascism and Nazism were revolutionary ideologies that sought to dismantle the liberal democratic order, emphasizing unity, strength, and authoritarian control. While they shared authoritarian and anti-democratic tendencies, Nazism's unique focus on racial purity set it apart. Their consequences, World War II, the Holocaust, and the widespread loss of life, serve as stark reminders of the dangers of totalitarianism. Their legacy persists in contemporary debates about democracy, freedom, and the human capacity for both good and evil. That was your daily dose of etymology in 7 minutes. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Please like, share and subscribe.